Over in the Broome County High School Hockey Association, Chenango Forks and Union-Endicott facing off in the playoffs. The Blue Devils' Colin O'Flanagan was a brick wall in this matchup, not letting anything pass. This Peyton McCray goal, though, putting Chenango Forks up 5-0 as they could not be stopped. The Tigers goalie, Amelia Courtwright, was getting attacked with shots. She looked to end her freshman year with positives. But the star of this game was O'Flanagan, as the sophomore had his second shutout of the season as the Blue Devils end the Tiger season, winning 5-0. Following that one, Vestal and Maynanwell squared off in the beginning of this one. Golden Bears goalie Hudson Molinowski and the Spartans Noah Cataldi was having a battle with Cataldi, not sneaking anything through. The senior tried again, but nope. Not going past Molinowski, but for the third time's a charm, huh? As he is able to convert and finish with an absurd 6 goals in this one. Yeah, you can celebrate like that when you have 6 goals. Maynanwell's goalie, Peyton DeToria, was also a star in this one. He helped lead the Spartans to a 9-win victory to move on and will play the Blue Devils Sunday night.